Greetings and welcome. So, today we're gonna create what you just saw, which is what I like to call a collapsing scene, where everything just collapses and is destroyed all around the player. So I've created a scene which looks kinda like that one, and I'm using the first person template because then we know we are all starting at the same place. And it should, remove different variables that might cause you to not get the same results that I get. So, we will start by going into the props folder, and I'm just gonna create a new folder inside this, which I call Destructibles. Destructibles, like that. And then I'm gonna create a destructible mesh from the SM rock. So I right click, and here I click create destructible mesh. And I'm gonna call this falling ceiling rock. Yeah. You rock. I'm gonna move this into the Destructibles folder. And the other mesh I'm gonna use is the SM Pillar Frame 300. So I'm gonna right click and take Create Destructible Mesh. And give this a name. Fractured Pillar, for example. So I'll move this to the Destructibles folder as well. Here we go. I'm gonna save. Now I will create a blueprint class for each of these. So I'm gonna right click and take blueprint class, actor, falling ceiling rock class, and another one, new actor, fractured pillar class. Save. So now I'm gonna open the falling ceiling rock class, or falling rock would probably be enough. And no, I don't want to see this. Thank you. And I'm simply gonna drag the destructible mesh into this class, like that. And it was humongous. So with it selected, I'm gonna go to the transform up here and take 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Now it's more handleable. Handleable. It's more handleable now. Okay. Now I have forgotten something. Welcome to Blueprints. No thanks. And that is, first I need to go into the destructible mesh here. And we're gonna change this a little bit again. No, I don't want to know this. So I will take the damage threshold, keep that the same, but I'm gonna take the damage spread to 5, and I'm gonna enable impact damage, and the impact damage I will set to 10, or maybe just 1. And default impact damage depth. I'm gonna also set to 1. And debris lifetime minimum is gonna be 30, and maximum is gonna be, I don't know, 100 seconds, because I like to see all the debris lying around the scene while walking around. It seems more real that way. And the cell site count, that is how many pieces the rock is gonna splash into. I'm just gonna leave that at 25. And as you can see, there's a lot more you can do here, but I'm not gonna care about that now. So we're simply gonna take fracture mesh, and then you can use this explode amount slider to see how it will look. Yeah, that's good. Now I'm happy, so I'm gonna take save. And the next I will do the same for the fractured pillar. Damage spread 10, enable impact damage 1. I'm gonna take 20 on the cell site count instead of 25, just because. And then I'm gonna take fracture mesh, and we get this nice Mommy, run! The pillars is falling down. Okay, so now we can go back to the blueprint class. First, I'm just gonna save everything. I'm a bit of a saveaholic. Okay, so now add components. Collision box. Gonna call that rock collision box. And I'm gonna take this all the way down, because now, you know, we could just have the rock like this and then choose simulate physics here, and you could, you know, place it up in the sky, and as soon as you run the game it will fall down and shatter on the floor, on the ground. But we want the rock to only fall down when we overlap a collision box, and that way we can control when the rock will fall. So we're not gonna simulate physics here. Instead, we will enable the physics to be simulated. We will enable the physics to be stimulated when we overlap this box. Yes. Oh, that's not right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see both of these, and I'm gonna drag this blueprint class into the scene, and I will place the rock up in the ceiling like this, and then I will take the collision box all the way down to the floor. And I will make the collision box a lot bigger, because we want to make sure that rock falls in front of the player, so the player can actually see it falling. Because if the collision box is too small, then you will overlap it and the rock will fall behind you, and you won't be able to witness the beautiful shattering into pieces. Jesus. Yes. So I guess, so when we come here, it will fall down. So that might be good. Yes. So now with the collision box selected, go all the way down in the details menu and take on component begin overlap. Now drag this out and search for simulate, set simulate physics, and make sure you set the physics for the rock and not the collision box, and check for simulate, compile, save, and we will check that it's actually working. Yes, that looks perfect. So now that we have this, we will do the same for the pillar. Oh, that was the actual pillar. I mean the pillar blueprint class. And I will drag the pillar into the class. And I'm gonna give it a nice little material just because I can. Rust. And more rust. Grime? No. No, no. Oh, whatever. Whatever. Come on. Just search for rust then if you gotta have rust. Like this. And then add components. Collision box. Pillar. Wait. Pillar. Collision. It's a killer collision. And we will drag this blueprint also into the scene to make sure we place the collision volume correctly. Oops. There we go. That was a tiny, weeny, teeny, weeny pillar. Did you say something, phone? Probably. Okay. So I'm gonna select the pillar and I'm gonna double the size. 2, 2, 2. Boom! Shooting into the air. So, okay, it doesn't actually reach the top, but we won't see that from the bottom, so that's good enough for me. Now I will fix. Let's see. Fix the collision box. Make it big enough. Maybe not that big from the side. This, like that, like this, and like that, like this. Okay. That looks doable, yes. So select the pillar or the mesh and repeat on components we can overlap. So we will drag this out and again, oops. Simulate physics, fractured pillar, check simulate, compile, save. Now put this back into there and we will check that it works as well. No? It doesn't? Oh! My bad. My bad. I had the pillar selected while I needed to have the collision box selected. Of course. So on begin overlap. There we go. Now connect this to that. And click this and click that. Now. Ah, beautiful. I love seeing things get smashed. So, now we could, populate the scene with these. But first we will put some extra snacksy stuff on it. We're gonna make the camera shake so it seems like the whole entire world is shaking and everything is collapsing, and that's what we want to do. So we're gonna create another blueprint. Right click and blueprint class, all classes, and simply search for shake. Select camera shake. I'm gonna call this shaky wakey. I'm gonna double click that and see here. Okay, so here we got a few, we can decide how the camera will shake. So first we're gonna choose how long it's gonna shake, and I'm gonna say 0.5 seconds, for example. And then we're gonna take the rotation, oscillation, pitch, and I'm gonna just plot in some values, whatever. 5 on the amplitude, 30 on the frequency, this. You could just plot in a few numbers and then test it to see how it's shaking, and then you can go back and change the numbers and then see if it's how you want it. Yaw, that's front and back, I guess. I don't want so much on that. And when the offset is random, it kind of shakes randomly from random positions, so if you were to take 0, it would start at the same point each time, as far as I know. Frequency, I don't know, 1. So location oscillation, no, yaw is probably, anyway 5, 25, and then z-axis, gonna take 5 again, and then 50 perhaps on the frequency. Or maybe 20. Single instance will make sure that it only allows a single instance of this shake to play at any given time, which is okay when you're gonna populate an entire scene like I'm gonna do now, in order to not make one shake kill another shake with yet another shake or something. Yeah. So we're gonna compile and then go back to not the pillar, but I want to put it on the rock. So when the rock is simulating its physics, the camera is gonna shake. So from the set simulate physics, we're gonna drag this out, and we're gonna search for play play camera shake. And we're gonna select the class we created, Shaky Wakey. I got a tingling thing in my throat. It's annoying. Now, it won't work if we just try now. Let's try now. It will drop, but it won't shake. That's because it doesn't know where it's gonna shake, because it needs the epicenter or something vector to know the location to place the effect in the world space. So what we will do is get actor location. Get actor location to know where the player is, and we're gonna connect this to the epicenter. And then the target of this will be the player controller, so we're gonna get player, or maybe player character. Maybe player character. And inner radius, cameras inside the radius are ignored. Cameras outside of inner radius inside are affected. Okay, so we need that to be affected. I'm gonna take just 300 because, you know, that worked the last time I did it. So now let's cross all the fingers we've got, you know, and see if it works. Yes, it shakes. Okay, so, but I think maybe, just maybe, the shaky wakey wasn't lasting long enough. Maybe if I take 1 second instead. Oh, that's beautiful. Yes. So, now we can populate the world space. And we will see what happens. And we're gonna add some sound effects as well. Just place these at more or less random places in the scene. You know, the best thing now would be to just create multiple different destructible blueprints. You know, glass, windows that's fracture and collapse, and different rocks with different forms, different types of pillars and walls collapsing, you know. So I'm just doing it like this now to make this tutorial not last forever, because this is gonna be long enough. Maybe like that. You like that? Oh yeah, I like that. Okay, lots of pillars, lots of rocks, and before testing it out, I'm gonna put on a sound, so when the camera shakes, we're gonna ulpe sound at location. And we're just gonna take collapse, which is a sound that is a part of the Unreal Engine, and I'm gonna take the volume a bit down, turn it a little bit up here. Now, behold the hopefully awesomeness. Oh. Jesus! Mom! Run! No! Holy shit! Yeah, so, you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So that's it. And, you know, a few weeks ago or a month ago or something, I created a tutorial called Countdown and Self-Destruct Level. And I imagine that if you combine that was a timer, so when you enter the room, a timer was initiated, and you got like a minute or something to come to the end of the room or finish a level or whatever, or it would simply destroy the level. And you know, if you had this level where everything is collapsing and you had the timer ticking, so you really get the sense that, you know, I'm gonna hurry, you know, because everything is crashing and the timer is going, and you know, if you can't make it, then you die and everything goes to hell. So yeah, Jesus. So, you know, check that tutorial out if you want. You can check it here, or maybe, yeah, click that if you want it, and you know, let me know anything, and have a great day. Take care, and bye bye.